here locally in the community. Make sure y'all go check out New Cat Body by Jeremy King.
Good evening. It's the Lions Fan Cave Chat. Unfortunately, all the fans we normally invite can't show up, so it's going to be Lions Talk with Smoke and Jeremy B. and Von Doom.
Yes, sir.
The nighttime edition, primetime edition. We are here to invade your spaces. How you doing is undone? We need law and order. We did this morning.
Yeah, I'm very sorry, JB, that I missed this morning because I would have dealt with that my goddamn self.
I got it. I handled it. But it just, with everything that was going on, it overwhelmed me for a minute.
I know, but they expect me to be the asshole, not you.
No, I was. And I was fine with it. Good evening, King SJ. How you doing there, Mr. Sir? That'd be Mr. Stephen King of Canada. I like saying Canada. I think it's funnier.
Oh, Canada.
I'm off camera because I'm trying to fill my face while I talk to you guys.
I'm off camera because I'm doing shit.
That works too. But during this week, I covered basically every position group, talked about the depth that we have on the roster. Busted, you got me.
Huh.
John, I'm fine. I just don't appreciate those words being used in my chat. That's all. No, my day hasn't been better than the weather, but I'm better than the weather. That's all that matters. I'm fine. Thank you, Davey. Appreciate it.
Okay. Hey, I got some news for you. We figured out why Marvin Harrison hasn't signed the NFL licensing deal yet.
Why is that?
Because before the 2023 season, he signed a deal with Fanatics, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is basically he became a Fanatics exclusive athlete. It's the trading cards, game ward apparel, memorabilia, stuff like that.
Right.
He's trying to, which was only for $1 million. He's trying to use his reluctance to get in with the NFLPA thing as a kind of leverage to get a new deal through Fanatics, up his money. Because even though they could sell his autograph and stuff like that, they can't sell his jerseys without him signing that.
Right.
Spring, man, it feels like summer.
Is undone. I'm glad he's not here. He had 3 good games, and everybody thinks he was the best thing since sliced bread.
Dude, if he could have stayed healthy any time in his career, he would have been a good receiver.
Right. He had 1 good year, 1 healthy year, and he hit over 1,000 yards. And ever since, it's been 700 or less. We're having a nice spring weather here. I mean, it's been anywhere from 65 to 70 lately.
It's been anywhere from like 70 to 89 in the past 3 days. How do you start? I keep reading that all these teams drafted players in the later rounds, 4 through 7, because of the new kickoff rules.
Oh, there was a lot of guys that were considered return guys that were drafted, and I said that was going to happen with these new rules. We're going to see guys get overdrafted and underdrafted.
A lot of them got overdrafted.
Xavier Worthy being one of them.
I can't even say he was overdrafted, because at the end of the day, you can't teach speed.
Ask Darius Hayward Bay, John Ross, and many others.
Okay. You're not wrong with that. Hayward Bay did have a Roundtree, though. You heard the Steelers talking about making Fields a returner, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's saying, "Oh, how can you do that as a quarterback?" I think it's a great idea, personally. He's faster than most of that team, and he can run through people.
Yep.
Why not, right?
The problem is how he catches the football. Go read his weaknesses. His weaknesses, he has poor timing on high pointing the football, which allows defenders to bat it away. Number 2, he doesn't catch with his hands. He prefers to catch with his body, which leads to less run after the catch than he normally should have with his speed. The only time he gets that breakaway speed is when he's hit wide open and he's able to get full tilt, and then he's able to break away from defenders.
Are we talking about Fields still?
No, I'm talking about Worthy, but
yeah, I was talking about Fields there, and I thought you went
what
that way. I was like, wait a minute.
those glaring weaknesses with his hands, high pointing the ball, and everything else. That is why I said he was overdrafted.
Yeah. But you know what? You look at those same things. They were all said about somebody else that played in Kansas City.
Wasn't picked in the first round.
Fair enough. Should have been.
Fields, on the other hand, it might be a good idea. But what if he gets killed?
He's a backup. Who gives a shit? I look at it like this. Do I want Fields, who's like 225, like 6'2", 6'3", got some muscle on him? Or do I want a guy like JMO back there, who's 6'1", like 180, with no mass, that's going to get hit by a guy all that much bigger? At least he's a quarterback and used to getting hit. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
I think it could work. I'm not saying he's going to be Devin Hester, but I think he could be serviceable there. Hey, it'd be great for a trick play, you know? Get another guy out there on the return with him. He starts running up the left side. They're all coming his way. Just freaking turn, freaking toss it back across the field to the other side.
Oh, here we go. JMO is a bust. Hutcher's mid. Goff sucks. That isn't what we were talking. We weren't even talking about our team there, James Burgess.
Hutch is mid. I love it. Devin Hester was the best reason ever punt footballs into Lake Michigan.
He's not wrong.
I know. Devin Hester is one of my favorite players of all time. I know a lot of people are good when they have the ball in their hand, but he was just special.
Oh, You heard some idiotic shit here too. If you watched this morning, you'd have heard it.
We call that stuff weaponized stupidity, JB.
Mm-hmm. Can't fix stupid, but you can medicate it into a coma if it's near you.
Ooh. That doesn't sound terrible either. Hold on. I need to go do something. Okay, I'm back.
Mm-hmm.
I had to grab my insomnia medicine. I figure take it now. I'm waking up to sleep by 1 a.m.
I'm eating boneless chicken wings covered in barbecue sauce.
If you didn't respond to that, I was going to say a bag of dicks. It would have been funnier.
I know you just said it. That's why I said something right away. Never underestimate the power of human speech. It is the driving force of nature. You know what it is? It's the driving force of Darwinism.
He's not wrong. It's fucking wild. Sad but true. James Burgess, it has its moments.
Oh man.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Nervous for JMO to be wide receiver too?
I'm not nervous. I don't think Reynolds was a big loss at all. Because if you actually look, he had more drops than JMO throughout the season. It just was covered up because he had clutch catches because Goff threw it into coverage to get it to him instead of a wide open JMO. Reynolds was
talking about that.
security blanket.
Dude, he would throw to Reynolds, Laporta, St. Brown when they had two guys on him, when JMO had nobody on him.
Right.
Maybe he just doesn't like him. I don't freaking know.
Nice, James. Sounds good. Went with homemade conies tonight. Vidalia onions were perfectly.
Vidalia onions are
He
the
hurt his
only
ankle.
way to go.
Wait. It's undone. When did he hurt his ankle last year? He wasn't hurt when he came back. He
No, he
didn't
was
get hurt.
suspended for gambling.
He missed the games for suspension. That was it. What game did he miss after he came back after week 4? You just tell me. It's at the end of the game. He walked around fine after the game. Players tweak shit all the time.
Hi, Dad. Does the Bears scare you now?
Nope, not at all.
You know when the Bears will scare him? When he has honey on his asshole and he's lost in the woods. That's about it.
Yep. And I'm out of bullets.
And no more questions why the honey's there.
I fell into a beehive. I don't know.
Not saying he missed games, but just coming down and injuring his ankle like that shows his body is weak.
I disagree with what you're saying is undone. I'm sorry.
Hey, boo boo.
thing.
You get us a picnic basket.
Their best rated offensive lineman last year was Cody Whitehair. They cut him because they couldn't afford him and signed the few draft picks they had. They trade away Justin Fields for a half-eaten small fry and a half a small frosty from the Pittsburgh Steelers that could be upgraded to a full small fry, but still a half-eaten frosty if he plays 51% of the season. But that's not games; it's snaps.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know what though? That too, they did that for him, not as even to freaking actually get value out of it. That was a favor to him where he went.
But they have weapons, and that's why we drafted 2 corners. We signed 2 corners that are vets that are better than what we lost statistically. Correct?
Correct.
We lost Jerry Jacobs and we lost Cam Sutton. Both of them sucked last year. Cam Sutton was good for all of 5 games, and then after that, he was a torch. Throw at me, I won't get it. You look like Lady Liberty letting it go by there.
Ducks.
You're talking about players from 40 years ago? Nice. Good. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Goff throws a wobbly ball after 25 yards. Hey, cousin Jay, what was with this morning? I just had a bad morning. I was overwhelmed with a lot of stuff.
John, please go take a bath with the toaster plugged in.
No, guess what, John? You're done. There, that's done.
Fucking guy. At least when we're getting shit from cousin Jay, he's a Bears fan, and we know it's in all good fun. That John guy just being a douche nugget.
That's okay. He's blocked. Done. Amen, James. That's great.
Stopped chewing yesterday's breakfast the moment we got rid of Quintricia.
That was great.
Is that a Latin name? So
Oh, wait. Cousin Jay, you're saying that we reached for that CB when he was considered the best CB in the draft. He was 1A, 1B. You go to every single draft board, it was either Terrion Arnold or Quinyon Mitchell at the top. That means you know as little about football as you talk. Now
I'll give you this. The kid from Canada was an unknown, but he's got size, potential, and they saw something they liked. I agree. I'm not a fan of the safety who plays running back at 4. If they would have drafted him out of safety, yes. Running back, no. But if they would have took him in the 5th round, I would have loved the pick. But we're saying here with the new kickoff rules, that's why guys like him got fucking drafted where they got drafted this year.
Mm-hmm. It seems funny. You say it's the worst draft you've seen under our GM in a while, but it's one of the highest rated ones we've had in the NFL Network, the ESPN, and Fox Sports.
They traded, what, 2 third-round picks? How the hell is that their whole future?
Yeah.
Plus, with the people that lost, they'll get 2 comp picks in the 3rd round.
Yeah, we're going to get 2 comp picks in the 3rd and possibly a 5th because of Jonah Jackson, if not a 4th. It was great to see Grossi have another conviction fit about the Lions going to take his guy ahead of the pack. That's right. Terrion Arnold was the first, if not the second best corner in this draft.
Yep.
It's great to see that you got an LBGTQB1 to match your nickname, Cousin Gay. All I know is it was great to be in the press room and hear him say, "Go Bears," as he left the stage.
Mahogany, great pick. Rake and Straw could be good, but if you're gonna even put him anywhere near the freaking level of player that freaking Terry Arnold did, we got an issue there.
And it's funny that PFF, NFL Network, and ESPN said that Terrion Arnold was one of the steals of the first round.
Mahogany maybe to steal the entire draft, though.
And we had 2 of the top 20 steals this draft, and it was Terrion Arnold and Mahogany.
You know what I like the best about Mahogany? That Brad Holmes said he's got some of that dirtbag in him, and he goes, "That's right, I'm your dirtbag."
Mm-hmm.
Arnold got benched for fucking 4 games span. And
In
it's because he didn't freaking
2022.
Yeah, and that was because he didn't freaking actually care. He didn't freaking try. And once that happened, he fucking grew up and realized he can't just rely on his freaking skills. He had to practice. He had to learn how to do tape.
I was there at the draft and actually asked him about what he learned. I didn't want to know why he got benched. I didn't want to know how he felt or any of the personal stuff. I asked him what he learned because that's the one question I never seen asked by anybody in the media. And his answer was perseverance and the fact that I never want that shit to happen again, and it didn't.
Mm-hmm.
There's something to be said about somebody who started all this past season. It was the year before when that happened.
And it was funny as shit how he's got a notebook and it says bench for Eli Ricks.
Mm-hmm.
And it like fucking drives him crazy. To the point where you obsess over it. I love that kind of shit. That shows you're gonna be fucking dedicated.
Amen.
He will get benched again when trying to cover wide receivers.
As long as Keenan Allen doesn't get a hangnail and miss 8 games, as long as Roma Dunes is half as good as he looked at Washington, but he doesn't have Michael Penix throwing to him now, who actually has a better arm than Caleb.
Yes, he does.
And that's not me throwing shade. That's just being honest. And you got a new OC. You got new pieces on the O-line. Everybody's got to learn and gel together. You can't expect to pick up right where you left off. And you got DeAndre Swift, who will give you 4 great games and then disappear for the rest of the season, whether he's healthy or not, just like he did in Philly.
Fuck DeAndre Swift. They got Roshan Johnson, who I think can develop better.
Wait. Now you're mixing what I said. I said Penix has a better arm than Caleb. I didn't say he was a better quarterback. That's 2 different things. You're mixing it up here. And it's a rookie quarterback. It's an unknown. You don't know what he's going to do in the NFL. He could look exactly like he looked against every great defense in college last year, which was absolute dog shit. Because guess what? The best college defenses aren't as good as NFL defenses. We've all said this. It's not being delusional. It's stating facts of the game.
C.J. Stroud was the best quarterback in the fucking NFL last year, and that was a fucking rarity. That was the exception. That is not the norm.
Here, you're saying rookie QBs? Yes, they can be elite, but not all of them are elite. Was Bryce Young? He was the first pick. What if Caleb Williams has a year like Bryce Young? Are you still going to talk this shit? Probably. Because you're already talking shit about a draft that everybody says it was a great draft for what they did. They didn't give up a lot to move up.
Man, why you gotta bring my boy C.J. Stroud into this, man?
Now, let's see. C.J. Stroud missed 4 games, didn't throw as many yards as Goff. He did throw more touchdowns, so that's good, Gabe. Great job.
Yeah, but how close were they in yards even after he missed 4 games?
He had 3,800 yards. Goff had 4,500. You say that, but he can fail. There's always an opportunity for failure. First round picks bust at a 68% rate. First overall QBs, guess what? They bust at an 82% rate.
Stroud had 4,100 yards.
Oh, okay. So 400 you got left. No, okay.
23 touchdowns, 5 ins. That's not bad. It was 100.8 freaking rating.
I know
like
he's bad. I know he was good.
Fuck the Bears. Dude, see, that's bullshit, though. To say I can't bet the supporting cast we gave him. Look at the supporting cast the Chargers gave Justin Herbert for years, and he kept failing. Look at the supporting cast the Bengals gave fucking Joe Burrow, and he failed.
Andrew Luck his first year. Was it great? No, his stats were exactly like Matt Stafford. He had a better team around him. That's it. Go look it up.
James Burgess, Eli did suck as a rookie. And realistically, in the regular season, he wasn't great. You knew what you were getting, though. You were going to get your 300 yards. You were going to get 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He was very consistent. Playoff Eli was another animal.
He was talking about Peyton, though. Peyton had a horrible rookie season. Remember that? 18
I thought
touchdowns.
you said Eli. I'm sorry.
It said even Manning. And both Mannings, they actually did not have good rookie seasons.
Most people don't. You got to take time to adjust to the speed of the game, learn your fucking teammates. It's not like college where you live with everybody the same way.
Right. There's a big difference there in the NFL and in college. In college, you of course would think that.
How's the waste of resources when they run a 4-2-5?
Yeah, we run 5 cornerbacks at all, or 5 defensive backs at all time. 2, sometimes 3 safeties, 3, sometimes 2 corners. How is it a waste of resources?
And to say that Caleb is a Luck type of prospect kind of bugs me a little bit. Andrew Luck was a prototypical pocket passer. Caleb Williams is not that guy. He could pass from the pocket. He's not as accurate as Luck was, and he's not as strategic with him. He doesn't do his checkdowns the way Luck did.
Absolutely. I mean, Caleb Williams is a gamer. He does try to put the team on his back, but his decision making sometimes fails.
And I like Caleb Williams a lot.
But did I say anything wrong?
No, not really. Best out of structure QB.
Actually, no. The best out of structure off platform QB this year was Drake May. Try again.
Explain.
They've already done the game study. Drake May has poor footwork, so he throws off platform 92% of the time and still completed 70% of his passes.
Okay, that's what you got. Okay, I wasn't understanding what he meant out of structure.
And on the run, he threw better on the run than Caleb did. The completion percentage
Daniels
by 5%. No, I'm talking about Drake May.
I know, but I'm saying on the run, so did Jaden Daniels.
Right. Jaden Daniels was also one that was great at throwing on the run. Caleb got bailed out by some good wide receivers that fell way too far this draft. Oh, so you've won one game with Justin Fields. Mobile QBs don't matter if you stop them in the red zone.
Cousin Jay, look at the size of Justin Fields. Look at the size of Caleb Williams. Williams would die if he tried to run like freaking Fields did through that thing.
We added to our D-line. We added to the defensive back room in response to everybody getting better at wide receiver that we play against twice a year. And if you're not admitting that, you're more delusional than you're calling us.
Hey, man, I'm the most real fan here. I'll tell you right now, my Giants are going 4-13.
And the only reason why Caleb won a Heisman, Hendon Hooker got hurt, Blake Corum broke his leg, and the 3 other QBs above him failed in their conference championship. He had the best game of a losing quarterback.
Okay. This is an easy one here. Davenport adding to your D-line. How? He has the D-line because he's got experience. When he was with the Saints, he was a freaking 10-sack-a-year guy. He went to the Vikings where he was injured. If he comes back on a $10 million contract and even gives him 8 sacks, right there is an improvement. James Houston's coming back from injury, so you'll have his ability at pass rush. They added freaking Matthew Betts, who fucking led the CFL in freaking sacks last year with, 18?
Yep. And also 15 tackles for loss,
Uh-huh.
5 passes defended, an interception, and 2 forced fumbles.
Then they added fucking DJ Reader in the middle.
Mm-hmm. Who's better than Isaiah
man.
Buck. And
Absolutely. You're going to have to put at least
better than
2,
the
3
other
guys on him. And he can get to the backfield, but you're going to have to put 2 guys on him every single play to stop him from getting through the line. So right there, you're going to have Hutch or one of the other defensive ends freed up one-on-one. You're not going to be able to double team him anymore. And God forbid they decide to freaking blitz a linebacker or a safety.
What was that last defensive end that was a defensive player of the year and a sack master that came into the NFL and had a good couple years before he got injured and retired?
Cameron Wake, and he came in, he was almost 30 at that time. This kid ain't 30.
Right. I'm just saying that's the type of ceiling you could get.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying that.
I'm not saying he is that guy. I'm saying that's the ceiling you could get out of him. And he's only 25, 26 years old.
And you're going to say, wow, a CFL player. Warren Moon played in the CFL. Kurt Warner played there. Doug Flutie played there. You know how many Hall of Famers played in the CFL?
Almost as many as played in the Arena League.
Exactly. It don't really matter where you are. If you're a player, you're a player. And I hope Betts comes out and he puts on a fucking clinic so your Bears can feel like dumbasses for fucking cutting him.
Right, because you guys drafted him and cut him when you got your new coaching staff. Didn't even give him a shot. Left him buried on the depth chart.
Sometimes all people need is an opportunity, man.
Kind of like when Don Cherry used to insist Euro players couldn't play in the NHL. Yeah, Sergei Fedorov made him eat his hat on that one. Not wrong.
Where did Cousin Jay even come from? I love Cousin Jay because he's funny. I just want to know where he came from.
You got the best punter from college. He's not the best punter in the league. He has to prove it in the NFL. Now you're being delusional.
Yeah, Jack Fox is the best punter in the NFL. Hands fucking down, far and away. And the fact that you drafted a fucking punter in the 4th round, explain that one to me. Come on.
Yeah, I personally feel if you'd have drafted your D lineman in the 4th round, then traded into the 5th and got your punter, that'd look better. Do you disagree with me there, Glenner?
Not at all.
Hell, you probably could have traded and got him in the 7th.
We didn't call him Cameron Wake.
No. I didn't call him. I said the ceiling could be. Now you're putting words in my mouth. No, I said the ceiling, which is a possibility, a chance. There's a big difference there. You just said we have the best punter in the league now. That's delusional. A ceiling is a projection for those that don't understand basic English. And if he fails, as cheap as we got him, guess what? He goes back to the CFL next season because we only signed him to 1 year. Yeah, the Bears do have a chance to be 3rd place this year because with a new OC and everybody having to relearn everything, guess what? You may need that punter more than Caleb Williams told him to.
Realistically, I can see the Bears being 2nd, 3rd this year.
I think at least 3rd because Minnesota is the biggest question mark out of any team in the North.
Exactly. I think the Bears did get exponentially better, but I think they're going to need a year to develop. Learn to play together.
You need everything to go perfect to get first place to go from worst to first. So you guys have like a 4% chance.
Not saying it can't happen. Shit, it happens every year. Somebody goes worst to first.
But I think that team that did the best this offseason wasn't the Bears. Much I hate to say it, I think the Washington Commanders did a bang up job between free agency and draft, and they're one of the most improved teams this year.
Yeah, fuck them guys.
I know you hate them, but I'm being realistic.
Washington and Pittsburgh.
Washington, Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh wasn't even last in their division. That was Cincinnati.
That division is just a different animal, though.
Yeah, that is the gold standard of divisions in the regular season, hands down. Rams had a good offseason. It wasn't great. They didn't do much in free agency.
What, they made a first round pick?
But they made a first round pick for the first time since what? They traded Goff.
2019.
No, when they drafted Goff, that was their last first round pick before that.
Fuck
The
Billy.
best 3 drafts, Verse and Fiske won the draft over.
They draft one him over, not entirely.
Oh, okay.
I think it was smart. They're planning going Bryce and Fiske, put them back together. You saw what they did in college together.
Not only that, they have a chance of one of them actually turning out right. One of them's going to fail and one of them's going to be great. You watch. That's the law of averages. You got to after your punter because you took him in the 4th round.
How can you say they had one of the best draft classes with 4 selections? It's not even a class.
Oh, yeah. One guy from one group said that our GM is getting cocky. Nice. That's what I think of that.
You know what? They can call him cocky. They can talk shit. But until he doesn't come through on what he's drafted and what he does it fucking matter what any of them say?
Did the Rams get for him?
Yes, they did.
Good for them. They drafted somebody that doesn't have to be on the field a lot.
They drafted a slower Ray Rice.
I agree.
Wait, I got to address something. Cousin Jay, how can you say the guy's overrated? He took a franchise that historically was dog shit, and in 3 years built into an NFC contender with one of the best rosters in all of fucking football. And for the most part, no bullshit, no headaches. Outside of Sudden, no fucking law enforcement involved anywhere. I think the guy's done a great fucking job.
Cousin Jay has officially hit moron status. Fuck him.
Period. How can polls deserve more love? The guy hasn't done anything yet. You guys haven't won. You haven't won a division. You haven't made the playoffs. Until he actually has that to do something, he's shit.
You haven't beat the Packers once. The Bears have been dog shit. You've had a losing run for 3 straight years under polls. Every year he says the same thing. We're taking the North and we're not giving it back to the basement. Absolutely.
Like, don't get me wrong. The guy is doing stuff that I do like to that team this year. The past 2 years, not as much like to it. This year, it looks like he finally pulled his head out of his ass. He got you 2 receivers, got you a quarterback. Still didn't address your offensive line enough. Wasted money on fucking DeAndre Swift. But the trades he's made to help out your defense and the re-signing there, I'm a big fan of.
Let me read this properly. The Bears still send Rodgers Father's Day cards. And Jordan Love became his daddy last year. So that makes Aaron Rodgers grandpa.
Is this that whole fucking Mac Jones, Tom Brady thing all over again?
Yeah. Dad! All is 100% guaranteed. Caleb will be the best LGBTQB1 in this draft. Yeah, I don't care what he looked like on Thanksgiving. The season's over. The tape is out. He looked like dog shit the first week, and we took him light. Shit happens.
Yeah, and then Jordan Love looked legit the rest of the goddamn season. But you know what? That was one season.
Now everybody has that same game film.
No, not even that, man. Because shit happens from year to year. Daniel Jones played good enough to get himself a $160 million contract, and now we're looking to replace him a year later. It don't fucking matter how one season looks.
Until you beat the Packers, you guys won't get first place. I can't wait either. I hope you get humbled. Because I bet you Caleb Williams is going to say something stupid like Justin Fields did in the offseason. Oh, the NFL was actually pretty slow to me. And somebody's going to clean his clock and knock him out of the game 1. Because that's what happened in Justin Fields' first game, remember? Wasn't that Myles Garrett versus the Browns?
Okay, man. Putting any rookie against Myles Garrett is not fair.
It may not be fair, but it happened. Remember when he got up? Ask Anthony Richardson, because that's when he got hurt versus the Browns.
That defense is no joke.
It isn't a joke.
They might pull a fucking helmet off and beat you to death with it.
No, Kirby only attacks tight ends. They won't. Hey, that's the only tackle that's legal now, Cousin Jay. They just made it so all you can do is hit guys in the legs. Lions secretly have a dirty team.
They can secretly have a dirty team. They can be dirtbags. Who gives a shit? Bring the violence back.
I think that the NFL has gone so soft, they might as well go flag football after that hip drop. Best
They're not
D in
the Ravens.
NFL, Browns, Ravens. Even the Texans D is getting scary.
Uh-huh.
And if the Packers wouldn't have switched schemes and a defensive coordinator and got a big learning curve going from a 3-4 to a 4-3, the Packers would be up there too.
Yep.
And the Bears are at the top. I'm not going to lie. The Bears were the fifth best defense in the league last year.
Okay, they're not the best defense in your league, buddy.
They
Who's
were the
playing
fifth.
City Xavier? I mean, opposite Frisker.
Yeah, I don't give a shit what you did to Goff. You had to move Sweat to the other side to face Decker so Sewell would quit putting him on his ass. But you don't want to admit that. He's not getting $55 million a year, you dumbass. He hasn't been extended. And nor will he be. We don't have the money to extend him. Lucky over a Panther Commanders trade is all. Absolutely.
Okay, you got Caleb on a rookie deal. If he's any good, that Good for you.
Great.
Cool.
What if
That
he has
happens with every
years
team.
just like Justin Fields, where he's sacked 55 times and throws 22 interceptions? You gonna still be talking shit like this? Bet you won't.
The Lions are not extending Goff. Get off him, Homer.
It's not happening. They just asked Brad Holmes about it a week ago, and he said we're far apart on money. Yeah, he went from being Goff is the man to good enough in Detroit. The money is the issue, is undone. We're not extending him. He's
And that's
banking
might get
on
franchise tagged.
he's banking on the fact that he's going to have one of two things happen. He's either going to have another good season, and he'll either get tagged depending on the results of it in the playoffs. If we don't make the Super Bowl, they won't even tag Goff. Watch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it won't happen until you switch him to Decker's side.
Yeah.
Holmes doesn't usually trade away guys for assets. If he was going to do it, he did it prior to the draft.
I think we should have traded him. That's just me.
I know what you think. We've heard it plenty.
You'll hear it a million more times. You go to the fucking Super Bowl and I'll still say he's a bum.
What was the difference between Swift and Goff? In the first round, we drafted Swift's replacement. We didn't use a first round pick on a quarterback. Thank God.
They should have. They should have drafted Joe Milton in the first.
Oh, Jesus. Now you're being stupid.
He would have got the ball to J-Mo, though.
We drafted Hooker in the third, not the first.
No.
If Goff walks, do we get any comp picks
Nope.
in the draft? Possibly. Possibly. But it wouldn't be for 2 years anyways.
I thought that was based off of if you drafted him.
He's not starting. We still have Decker, Cousin Jay. Yeah, it's hard to call Gibbs a replacement, more like a massive upgrade. Whose injury killed his stock?
Probably Swift.
It's called depth. You need it on a roster, Cousin Jay. A
The
fourth
round
round pick is not supposed to be a starter. Jesus fucking Christ. How delusional are you? Unless you waste it on a special teams kicker or punter.
Ugh.
Yep. And I love the fact they paid Swift more than we paid Monty.
Man, you want to talk about money and running backs and make me laugh? Jerry Jones said that Travis Henry was too expensive at his $9 million deal. Well, they signed Ezekiel Elliott to a $3 million deal, as they were still paying him $6 million from his other deal.
No, you didn't get better value. That's where you're delusional. You guys should have took O-line with both of your other picks.
Absolutely. Caleb wanted O-line. What's up, Crazy Ken?
Starting punter equal punter. LOL.
Starting punter.
Yeah, the Bears will be doing a lot of punting. They had to get a starter for that. Hello, Smoking Dad.
Let's all be real. If your name ain't fucking Pat McAfee, nobody gives a fuck about you as a punter.
This is true. And I'm so mad because that night that the UDFA signings were going on, Harold Mevis was on the phone with Detroit about signing here, but the Panthers called him because of the draft pick that the Bears had, because they had the higher draft pick. They got him. Jack Fox is the GOAT right now. And he's got a better completion percentage than Justin Fields for his career. Just saying. Hell, Tom Kennedy has 100% passer completion percentage.
Tom Kennedy's the fucking man.
Buffalo coach hot seat, I hear. Yes, I have heard that too about him. McDermott's on the
wide receiver side. Chase Claypool.
You know, I still give the Bears a A-. If they wouldn't have drafted the punter where they did, I probably would have gave it an A. I have them as like my 6th or 7th best draft.
Cousin Jay, have you even looked at any of that dude's tape and seen what he does and just seen how raw and athletic his size? Like, come on, fuck out of here.
6'7" and 5/8 inches tall. 352 pounds. Runs a 4.96 40 and has a 30-inch vertical leap.
Yeah, what I heard is right, he does like 35 reps at 225.
Yeah, I hope we play him at tight end and you guys try to stop him.
The guy's huge. Then you got Mahogany, who didn't let up a fucking sack at all in the 6th round. So right there, they're both playing guard. One could replace Glasgow, one could replace his fucking Zietler. Decker's 31 years. They're going to have to find a replacement for him in the future. Sewell's, 25? And he's locked up for the next 5 years?
Oh,
but hell, even right now, tackles are playing until they're like 38. He's got plenty of years left on him.
We gave up a future 3rd rounder. We got back a 6th rounder only 5 picks after the one we gave up to get him. It was a good trade. A future 3rd over a guy that you want to develop into a mauler like he already is in college. Go watch his tape. To develop him as an NFL mauler. Yeah, we're going to get 2/3 back anyways from what we lost this offseason.
Hank Fraley will develop him. He's probably one of the best offensive line coaches in the league.
He is. He was damn near hired to be an offensive coordinator. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And he decided to come back. He turned down millions. Ben Johnson turned down millions.
Unfortunately, Aaron Glenn didn't get offered millions faster.
No, he turned them down before he left. What college did he go to? Does it fucking matter? College is college.
College did he go to? He went to the University of British Columbia, actually. It's not an SEC school, but who gives a fuck?
He's also a 2-sport.
Caleb Williams didn't go to an SEC school.
Yep, that's right. He did not go to an SEC school. He went to the weakest Power 5 division there was.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, he wouldn't even won the Heisman that year. If Hendon Hooker or Blake Corum stayed healthy, it would have been between them two. But yet you're calling us delusional.
Motherfucker tries to bring up the SEC and then fucking has a fucking non-SEC quarterback and he's praising his fucking Jesus. Cousin Jay, you are weaponized stupidity. I still love you though, buddy, because it's fucking funny as shit when you're in here, and I really
Hey,
do appreciate you stopping in.
every time I hear him talk, this is what I hear in the background. Game over.
12-5. Nah, they're gonna be a 10-17. I'm calling it.
Who?
Lions.
I got him at least 11-6, with a possibility of being 13-4. Von Doom's a Giants fan. He ain't gonna cry if the Lions lose.
Nah, dude, fuck that. I get mad when the fucking Lions fucking win. Those bastards fucking ruined my parlays. It cost me fucking $35,000 on 2 separate occasions.
Because of Jay, an 8-bit guy living in a 64-bit world. They live among us. I know. I got my glasses on. I think if I could see who's 6'7", Giovanni Manu, the offensive tackle that we took out of University of British Columbia. £352. I want to call him the Incredible Hulk. Oh, a Giants fan. My condolences.
Man, it's okay, buddy. I've seen my team go to 4 Super Bowls in my lifetime, winning 3 of them. So I'm good. I don't need to win another one before I die. I'm content. I'm not greedy. I don't puke having to watch Daniel Jones. I cringe praying to God he doesn't die on the field.
I'm here to kick ass and chew bubblegum. And I'm all out of bubblegum. Man, this has been great. We've been talking for 57 minutes and we got away from actual football talk. All we've been doing is fucking shit talking.
It's fun sometimes when there's not much fucking news going on, just to fucking interact, bullshit, pick on Cousin Jay, let him pick on us. We're good.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Everybody's multiple with parties. I hope to be that disappointed.
Since we don't have it. I'm not worried about anybody in the NFC. And James Burgess, put on the fucking glasses. I remember that. That was great.
Wow, you're not worried about anybody in NFC.
I might have to apologize now. The They Live reference is amazing to hear. Oh, but there's one thing Cousin Jay can agree on. It's FTP, our favorite sponsor. What's it stand for? Put it in the chat. Come on, Leonard.
I'm not doing it.
You're not doing it?
Fuck the Packers.
There we go. I just love the way you said it. If you'd put the echo on, it would be great.
Fuck the Packers.
There you go. Rest in peace, Rodney Piper. No.
Who? Oh, Rodney Piper.
Yeah, that's right. It's FTP, FDB, and FSKOL, which stands for fuck. They're still keeping on losing.
Here's something else we could all agree on. Fuck the Cowboys, too.
Amen.
And gas prices. Fuck them, too.
Hardwire.
He won. How did he win?
What'd you win? A participation trophy? Jeremy's been a little worked up today. Cash app him 50 for a hooker. Sounds great. I'll take it.
He'll take 48 to the casino and use 2 for a lot lizard in the parking lot.
I won't hate on the Giants. Y'all go through enough watching that team.
Yep.
Hey, I agree with what my dad said. Jerry Jones, when they hired Barry Switzer, said, "I just want to win one more Super Bowl." He got his wish.
But realistically, I don't think Jerry Jones actually gives a fuck about winning Super Bowls. I think he just likes the money that comes from it, and people believing that he tries to improve his team, and it's this is our year. Because you really look at it, he doesn't do anything to really improve the team. He just says the same shit, makes people think he cares, and sits back laughing, making his money.
Orlando says, "Sorry, Dad, he needs to relax."
Yeah,
Well,
fuck the
it's right
Niners.
there. Amen. Fuck the Niners. Did they draft a DT?
Who?
The 49ers.
No idea.
I know they signed Hargraves, but man.
Cousin Jay, is their last name methamphetamines?
All right, people. It's time for me to talk about my other sponsors. And of course, we always start with Gloss Negron, the best window tinner in Saginaw. Give them a call. 409 Hamilton Street, 989-443-9240. Schedule your appointment to have your windows tinted before summer gets too hot. And also, have your car detailed. Get that smell of swamp ass right out of those cloth seats. They'll make it look great. Like this 300 C-Class, the Maserati SUV, or this Audi SUV. No, you don't, Orlando. And then, of course, at the corner of South Grand Traverse and West Atherton Road, 602 West Atherton Road here in Flint is the address. 810-233-8230 is the number to call for your quote for new tires. Come on in. We have some of the best used tires in Genesee County, starting at $40 a piece. If you're buying a set, mention this ad, you'll get $10 off. Mom's around. Sorry, I'm filthy. Oh, man. It has been a great week. It was a rough morning. I'm done messing around. I'm just done. I don't mind people talking shit back and forth from other teams because that's fun. Back in the day, some of the best weed in Genesee County was sold 6 blocks from Brandon's. I feel better because I went outside and lo and behold, it stopped raining. The sun came out for a couple hours and I got to see it. Can only join on Friday nights. Hey, that's gold. Hey, I enjoy it. Because shit talking is welcome. It's fun. But at the same time, Poles this year looks like a GM that actually knows what he's doing. The first couple of years, it looks like he was feeling his way through learning the job. And I'm just speaking from my heart on that and what I observed. But this year, he looks like he's doing some things. And I hope it does improve for Bears fans because it had to have been rough the last few years looking up at everybody. And I should know as a Lions fan. Yes, NFC North is going to be fun this year. That's for sure. Every team improved. Even the Lions are improved, even though you're at talking shit. We improved. The only thing that we have going for us that the other teams don't is we have coaching consistency. NFC North is an arms race now. You're ready for my Michigan Panthers coverage. Whatever team Chicago has, we hate them too. I carry shit in my wallet for identification. Jesus, Dad. You must go to those places that require DNA certification. Gotcha. Here's a sample. But yeah, I agree. The NFC North is an arms race. You sure I don't get one? Yes, I'm sure, Orlando. Please stop saying that.
Send him one, Orlando. Actually, send him two.
Hey, cousin Jay, guess what? Goff's only under contract 1 year because he hasn't signed an extension.
Yep.
Bow.
You should, Orlando. You should send Jeremy a strippergram.
As long as she puts out, I'm good.
Just, you shut up. That'd be fucking hysterical.
We're keeping Goff long enough to get Arch Manning.
Hey!
I don't think so.
Hey, Jen, you keep your dick skinners off Arch Manning.
Oh my God. Well, we'll see how much we hate it when we get to see Hendon Hooker this preseason. Any fun weekend plans? Knee deep in something that I can't talk about here. But hey, thanks everybody for tuning in. Much love to everybody in the chat, including Cousin Gay. Try to be a better person than you were the day before. It's the only way to make the world a better place. Unless you're talking to rival fans, then you talk as much shit as you want because it's fun. Take care, everybody. Have a great weekend.